Salmon is one of my favourite fishes.
Yeah, me too.
Do you like salmon?
Love it.
It's so, so delicious. And of course, it's one of your best sources of those long chain omega-3 fats. And that's really important because although we get some omega-3s in plants, we don't get the long chain ones. So salmon is one of the great fishes to include in your diet. So this one, I'm going to use my air fryer for a little bit of a difference to show you can do more than potatoes in the air fryer. So Mike, I'm going to get you to beat an egg in there.
Yep.
And I'm going to make a crumb for my salmon just with I've got some wholemeal breadcrumbs. And I make these myself. You know when you've got that, especially a sourdough that only lasts a couple of days, blitz it up in your blender or your food processor, put it out on a baking sheet into a low oven for 20 minutes, half an hour to dry out, make it crispy, and then it stores in an airtight container for like almost ever.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
And then you've got proper wholemeal breadcrumbs. In goes some almond meal. I've got some paprika, but you could also just do herbs or whatever, and some garlic powder, a good pinch of salt, and some black pepper. So that's going to be the crumb for my salmon. And then this is where we get a little bit messy, Mike.
You know I like to get messy, Joe.
Yeah, so I'm going to give my crumb a good mix. Then basically what we're going to do is I've got some Dijon mustard here, but if you prefer a milder kind of taste, you could use some Greek yogurt. And I'm just going to brush my salmon fillet, first of all with mustard, and then I'm going to pass it to you, Mike, to do some egging.
Okay.
You can egg in there. And this just gives a lovely little bit of a bite into my breadcrumbs. Yes, please. And, you know, you can use the same sort of idea with chicken, using the mustard or the yogurt. With a red meat, I'd also do something like a horseradish.
Oh, I love that. That'd be really nice.
Yeah.
It's almost like a food glue, you know? So you get flavour in there, but it's a great way to stick things onto your proteins.
Absolutely.
Essentially.
Beautiful. Now, let's do a swap, Mike. So we've got this. I absolutely adore the air fryer. It is so easy to do a family meal using this. And this is a lovely big one. So you've got a nice big bowl here that you're going to fit all 4 salmon fillets. So we're just going to layer these into the bottom, and you can see this really, really clever design on the bottom there. That's the way that it gets the air circulating through the drawer. Honestly, the things I've cooked in here, sometimes you wouldn't even know that you had not deep fried them. You know?
They are great. They're so convenient as well, quick and easy.
Yeah.
I'm very partial to an air fryer.
Me too. What clever person came up with this? Aren't there clever people in this world? So I've got plenty of room here to layer in. If you wanted to do potatoes as well to go with this, you could do those first in the air fryer, then pop them out, keep them hot, while you're then cooking the salmon. So everything's done in the air fryer. So that's it. That's going in. I'm going to put the drawer in. I'm going to turn the temperature up to 200. And then I'm going to set it for 10 minutes. But I'm going to peek and have a look after 5 and just make sure, because, you know, as with anything, sometimes it cooks faster than other depending on the size of your fillet. So I think our air fryer is ready. Let's just take a look. Yes. Absolutely perfect. So lovely and crispy on the outside. That salmon looks perfect. So I'm just going to close it, and that's the other beauty of the air fryer. I'm not turning it back on, but it'll stay nice and warm in there.
What's next, Joe?
Can
This
you do
looks
me a
beautiful.
nice green pea smash?
Yeah,
Are you
sure.
a fan of green pea smash?
Anything green peas. I love peas. Raw peas, cooked peas. One of my
Do you know, when
favourites.
I was a child, that's what we used to do. Go out to the vegetable garden and pick the green peas and eat them fresh off the plant. It was amazing.
Love that.
But look, who doesn't have frozen peas in their freezer? So I love doing things with frozen peas. So this is literally going to be a smash up with some lemon, with some fresh mint, and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, of course, and some seasoning. And I am going to make a quinoa salad with some beautiful fresh veg. Not everyone's a fan of raw onion, I know. But if you do it really, really fine, it does make a difference. So if you've got a mandolin, you can do that. I'm just trying with my knife to do it very, very thinly. And I'm going to leave it in these nice little half circles. So break that into my dish. So I like it a little bit chunky.
Nice and chunky, yeah? Just want to break it down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just going to roughly chop some cucumber. It's just a Lebanese cucumber. Fresh herbs make all the difference to your salad. So I'm going to use in this one some fresh dill and some fresh parsley.
They really just wake it up, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's such a nice thing to grow some of your own fresh herbs and then just pop them into the dish right at the last minute. Just lifts everything, makes it taste so fresh. So I'm putting in some dill. And dill is a classic pairing with salmon.
It really is. Probably one of the oldest food pairings. Salmon and dill.
Mustard dill sauce. I might have to do that one on the show. And we've got some parsley.
So, Jo, we're always hearing about quinoa. What's it about? Why is it so good? Why should we be eating it?
Well, actually, quinoa is a pretty fabulous grain. We call it a pseudo grain because it's actually a seed, but nutritionally it's much closer to grains. But it is gluten-free for people that need gluten-free. And it's got an amazing amino acid profile for a plant food. So fantastic if you are vegetarian or vegan. But even for those of us who are omnivores, it's a really good idea to include more plant proteins. And then it's got a unique mix of fibers and antioxidants and all that good stuff that we get in different plant foods. And actually, you know, what we now understand about things like the gut microbiome, it's all about diversity of plant foods in your diet.
Not just the same one over and over.
Exactly, that's right. So you want about 30 different plant foods across the week.
I thought you were going to say day.
Well, that would be an exceptionally high goal if you want to set the bar high. For most of us, when we go to the supermarket, we're buying exactly the same stuff every time, you know. So just mix up what you buy. Buy different vegetables. Challenge yourself, perhaps, to buy something you've never cooked before. Different grains, different nuts, different seeds, and then you'll easily get your 30 across the course of the week.
I have to admit, whenever you do a dish, especially this is a perfect example, it's so colourful.
Exactly, because the colour is very often the antioxidant. That's what gives the food its colour. So in go our tomatoes. So some lemon into my quinoa, or you could use some white wine vinegar, white balsamic, any kind of apple cider vinegar would also be good in here. I don't want this to be too lemony because I've got lots of lemon going on. A nice pinch of salt.
Just going to make sure this isn't poisonous.
A good slug of extra virgin olive oil. And some black pepper.
Really is.
Good.
Simple, beautiful, delicious.
We are ready to serve this up. Some of your peas. Then in we go with one of our salmon fillets. Lovely. And then just finish with a little sprinkle of pumpkin seeds for some crunch. And just put a little cheek of lemon on there to squeeze over the top at the table. And that is a beautiful family meal.
I'm ready to eat this, Jo.
And how convenient is using that air fryer?
Oh, it's so great, eh?
Go on,
no
tuck
mess.
in, tuck in, do the honours.
Straight for that. Belly is my favourite part.
I have to have some of those smashed peas.
Beautiful crunch to it.
Yeah, but not too much. You know, I don't want too much of a topping on the salmon.
That is delicious.
You get that little kick of the mustard.
Like the pea smash is lemony, it's zesty, it's sharp, it's beautiful and like satisfying on the palate. Oh, it's just delicious. The salmon is cooked really well as well. Really nice.
Air fryer. It's an absolute must-have. So convenient, so easy. And actually, when your kids get a certain age, they start cooking all their food in there too.